Hello everyone, T-Man978. Right now I'm reviewing X-Men Transformers Collaborative Ultimate X-Spanse. Warning up front, if you want to see the transformation, I'm doing a whole separate transformation video. So if you need to see that, need help with that, there's going to be a link in the description and a link at the end of this video, so you can just watch the whole video and click that at the end.
T-Man978 Chill Review.
This packaging is super duper retro right here. Now they have all the Marvel logos on there, but you can tell it's just straight up Transformers and whatnot. They tried to go animated series X-Men right there. Give you that whole early 90s vibe, because that is the height, or that was the height of popularity with people my age and whatnot. Maybe in the future they'll stop using this type of design. On the inside of the packaging, they show the X-Jet, more like what we saw in the actual cartoon and whatnot. They have little details about it and whatnot, and they have different pictures of different characters and whatnot in there. When you get it, you can look at all this stuff in super duper detail. All right, let's start off small and insignificant. They give you two little minifigures that don't do anything. They're pretty much the quality of something you would get out of the bubblegum machine. Like this Sabretooth only has two colors, the brown tan plastic that he's made out of, and the darker, more red brown that's on his gloves, chest, and head. His face isn't painted or anything. I mean, at least there are some details there. Yeah, not posable. No peg holes on the bottom of the feet. And they have Wolverine, whose leg is so warped, I could barely get him to stand up until I, bent it back. Like, I literally have to bend him like this in order to get him to stand up. And then I guess over time it's going to go back into position. But at least he has more paint, because he's more colorful than Sabretooth. But they painted his mouth yellow and his eyes yellow. Isn't that lovely? I think they should have made it silver, but yay. They have this, which looks like Psylocke's energy that she has on her head when she uses her power. It's supposed to wrap around them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it must be like some type of energy attack that Ultimate X-Spanse back there can use to grab evil mutants, even though they show it on Wolverine. But yeah, there you are with that. There is no storage for this in this mode, at least I don't know about it. But here he is, Ultimate X-Spanse, which is basically a leader class Transformer. It's very long. It's an extreme retool of Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Jetfire. Like, so extreme. The only parts that it shares really, wait till I'm gonna have to transform Jetfire again into a robot. I haven't done that in a while. But mostly from what I can see, all this is the same on Jetfire, but everything else is different. Out of package, and I hear this is a running theme, this wing right here was loose as crap and would not sit like this. I had to keep the wings up like that if I wanted it to be on, which is kind of accurate to the X-Jet. But what I did, and I was suggested to make a whole separate video on this, but I trust y'all to have common sense. I grabbed this, I held one end with some pliers and with like tissue around it so I don't put the marks of the plier in there. Put that in front of a hair dryer for like 3 minutes while flexing it down because it was warped up. So I bent it down, I bent it the opposite direction. And then when I put it on, as you can see, it's sitting in this position unless I actually mess with it. So that's cool. It wasn't doing that at all. But anyway, here's what it looks like under here. I have his optional effects plugged into there. Right here, there's a peg hole You can plug that in there, but it won't sit right. So I guess that's why they put 2 extra holes right here. So yay. So if you don't want them there, they don't have to be there. These landing gear, you can set that up like that, set that up like that. Push this, and I don't believe there's any type of stand peg besides these 2 5mm peg holes right there. And with all the weight back here, that's not gonna work good for you. Gonna let you know that right now. But yeah, here he is next to the last collaborative figure that I got, the Back to the Future Transformer figure. So yeah, that's a deluxe class Transformer right there. And here he is next to Jetfire from Revenge of the Fallen. Like I said, the wing, you see the thrusters are way bigger over here. The whole front of this cockpit is different and transforms different. The underbelly, completely different. Arms are down here while his arms are up there. The feet are right here while everything's all mostly different. So that's crazy. The thrusters, completely different shape and all that. Well, the only thing seems to be the same, like I said, is this part of the body on down. And maybe these wings, but they angle differently. And I definitely, the rear of the jet is different and all that. So way different, which is extremely cool. So they put some effort into this, and it justifies the different price besides these stupid little people who can't fit in him at all any type of way. All right, here he is in his robot mode, and initially in pictures I didn't all the way like it, but he looks awesome in person. And I don't think I mentioned this yet in this video, but the plastic feels way better than any plastic they've been using on retail stuff recently. Yeah, it feels really, it's like old school almost. The only thing that like ruins it for me is these flimsy wings down here. Like, it's supposed to like lock into that place, but when you're moving it, you're gonna keep bumping into that. Both sides. This one stays a little bit better, tiny taste better, and even these wings. Like, what really messes it up is the hip joints and the knee joints are extremely combiner level tight. Like, they have the ratchet system right here. It is crazy tight. And even going out to the side, like, super tight. The knees, like, trying to keep everything tabbed together while you bend these knees. Good freaking luck. But here's one weird thing I noticed while I was like messing with this and complaining about how tight it is. This side, even though it has these teeth right there, none of that ratchet action. It has it going forward, but not out to the side. Like, that is weird. That happened to me with another figure I just reviewed recently. I think it's Grimlock. But yeah, most of the joints are tight, and like I said, the plastic feels good. But sometimes tight is frustrating. Let's let you see what these little minifigures look like next to him. Here is one of my Bandai Micro Wars dudes. Right there. There you are. Definitely this mode is where he shines. Let's let you see him all the way around. You saw some of them. He has more articulation than I would have imagined. There you are. And this is a leftover remnant of the Jetfire transformation. He has little ports in his arms so that you can, or in his hands. So here he is shooting this energy blade, which you could pretend is like Psylocke's psionic blade, and then this is like energy Wolverine claws right there. And let's let you see them. Up close, come on. Here's that. He does have detail under here if you want to see that. It's not painted or anything. But there is like engine detail and whatnot. Here's something Extra Zero showed me. There's that engine detail right there. You can't really use this on his head like Psylocke, but you could put that in there as weapon storage if you want. And we can go ahead and put this little pilot in there. The actual Wolverine and Sabretooth can't fit in there. But put the little pilot in there to act like it's a mech. Now come on. This is like stuck on something. Oh, here we go. Bring that down, and now it has its pilot in there. But cool. Let's let you see the face up close. Typical G1 style Transformer head. It has antennas with the X on the side. Of course, they did this to make him look like Cyclops. And you can bring this up. Its eyes and nose are a little bit too big for me without that. It makes his whole head look big. So I will have this visor down permanently. It does have the swivel hinge type of neck rotation. Unfortunately, it has this whole big panel right there. So that does make head movement a chore. I mean, he can look up considerably right here, straight on. But when you turn to the side, you do run into bumping into things. And this panel right here doesn't really, underneath of the neck, doesn't really lock in. So it can look down into his own body. The arm articulation, he has a lot. They can go out like that, swivel right here. Plus you can move this panel up if you need. It can kind of like rock forward like a butterfly joint and whatnot. And kind of, if you bend it the right way, go in like that. So there's a lot of motion in the shoulders. Bicep swivel, elbow bends 90 degrees, and the wrist rotates. The waist, he does have like some side pivot articulation in there, like specifically designed in there to be side pivot. And it has a slight ab crunch. Good luck using it, but it does have it. Now, if we do detach this, let me get the man out of here. If we detach that, you do get more access to that ab articulation, and we can shut that. So you can do that for pictures and make them have an ab crunch. Like, let's put the legs back so you can have a slight crotch thrust right there. And when you do this, you do get more side pivot. So there's that. I showed off the legs going forward, back, and out to the side, but you get a thigh swivel. The knees are technically double jointed, but the way they're sculpted, you only get a little tiny bit over 90. And the ankles bend, they pivot side to side in both directions. The toe comes up, it has a natural stopping point right there, and it is stiff, so it will hold the pose. And this thruster is also separately adjustable and swivelable right there. And I believe that's it for the articulation. So he is very greatly articulated, and depending on how you turn this, you can get the head into a good position. Let me do that off camera. Alright, so I might be cheating with that ab articulation, but who cares for a picture real quick. Nobody needs to know that this isn't like fully in place. And it works, so yeah. And like this with the ab crunch, actually I don't even think it matters if the ab crunch is in place, but his hips kick up way more than 90 degrees. But like I was saying, with the ab crunch in place, it does make it more dynamic looking, which I really like. This, oh yeah, I didn't show that it does have a waist rotation right here, or crotch. Yeah, I guess this would be his waist. That's better than your typical Combiner Wars crotch swivel. So there's that. So this thing, the only thing hindering my experience is the little panel behind the head and these wings right here. They're so flimsy, and this connection point isn't the strongest on my left leg. But if it wasn't for that, this thing would be hands down the best leader class that has ever come out recently. None of the other leader class have this much freaking articulation, but no, Jetfire was a leader class. I was gonna say he's somewhere between. He almost feels somewhere between current leader class and commander class. Now let me get some comparisons out now that I said all that. Before the comparisons though, I wanted to show this off. In this mode, he can definitely store this. You couldn't really store it on these pegs in vehicle mode, but definitely here, right here. Here he is next to commander class Jetfire. So yeah, leader class. Commander class Skylynx. Leader class Beast Megatron, who I hear is going to be the next collaboration with Jurassic Park. I can also see them doing a collaboration with TMNT, making Ironhide into the Turtle Van. Voyager Megatron and leader class Optimus. And like a full-scale leader, current day leader, Siege Ultra Magnus right here. Oh boy. I've not done a review on this, and I see why I didn't do a review on this. I will have to do it the same way as this one. Transformation, frustrating. This one's easier. Anywho, as you can see, the robot modes are completely different. Completely 100% different. Only thing the same, like I said, is this part of the backpack and maybe a part of this panel right here that goes along his back. Even the way it sits inside is different. The whole transformation is totally different. But as you can see here, Studio Series leader class figures are way bigger than what we've been getting for generations. Because this Megatron right here ain't got nothing on them as far as size. Here are a couple of Marvel Legends Cyclops right here. So you do get to see that right there. But yeah, this guy, I really like him. I really like the robot mode, besides the things that I said were a problem. Jet mode is cool. I like that it's a completely new robot retool from this Jetfire. It's not just straight up even the same. Even these things right here, the way these work, completely different on this. They may be the same pieces ultimately, but the way they work is different. The articulation is different. This has a lot of articulation. It has a lot of points of articulation, but it doesn't have even the same type of articulation as this guy. They made this dude in such a way that he can do the things that he needs to do. But anywho, if you need to see the transformation, like I said, separate video. It's going to be right at the end right now. Or you can go to the description and click it. Thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. And here's something Extra Zero showed me. I mean, you can't really use this piece right here. I was hoping. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos.